Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel UPSU Technical Center. Today's subject is electromagnetic field theory and topic is product of two vectors. Last lecture I have discussed the triangular and parallelogram law to form a addition and subtraction between two vectors. There I have discussed a trick. Okay. Now today I will discuss scalar product of two vectors. Okay. So initially, when we talk about the two vectors, there will be two types of product. One is called the scalar product, another is called the vector product. Scalar product also called, or you can say this is also called dot product. It is also called dot, and vector product is also called cross product. Cross product. Now today I will discuss only scalar product. Okay, and this discussion is very important for your examinations. Not that for the derivation purpose, formula is very important. What will be the process I will discuss here? Follow very carefully. Okay. The first thing, consider is the vector A along this direction and vector B along this direction. Both are the vector and you have to give a bar over it. And the angle between these two vectors is theta. You can write theta equal to theta AB. Theta equal to, you can write theta AB. Theta AB means angle between A and B. Okay. So now the formula of this scalar product is what? Suppose A and B, these are the vectors, and here you have to do the scalar as it is also called the dot. So here what we have to do, you have to do a dot inside these two vectors. And what will be the formula of that? Mod of A, mod of A and mod of B cos of theta. Remember, the result of these two vectors are result of these two vector is scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. That means you will get only magnitude, nothing more than that. So result is scalar quantity. So what is the question? Scalar product is the scalar quantity or vector quantity? You will say that it is a scalar quantity. Now this is the formula you must keep in your mind. A dot B means what? A dot B means AB cos theta. Definitely mod of A mod of B cos theta, this is the formula. So if you know the angle and if you know the expressions, so initially you will get the value of mod A and after that you will get the value of mod B. You have to do the normal product and along with you have to put the value, you have to multiply with cos of angle, suppose 30 degree. So in this way you can calculate it very simply. Now how we will do it? The procedure is that, suppose for this following diagram I will draw it again. Suppose this is my B vector and this is my A vector. Okay, just I increase the length of this vector. uh, all those things are same. Here the it is a B and A, and this is the angle, and this is angle theta, and everything is same as before. Now I draw a dotted line and it is obviously perpendicular on it. Here it will suppose placed. Now this is the perpendicular. this is perpendicular. Here what I have done, this is b vectors, this is b vector. Here this vector b is present. Now what we have to do, you do the projections of this vector along the a vector, projection of vector b along the a vectors. Now the projections of this b vector on a vector is this length, this is the projection. So just I omit this part, okay. And this is a, here I just write it again here, and this is the projection of b vector along the a vector. And now what will be the value of this? You know this is a b and it is make an angle with theta with the a vector, so this value will be a, sorry, this value will be b cos theta. And remember, this value will be the mod value. Okay. Now what will be the product? What will be the product? Here, look at here. This is along these directions. This is along these directions. Okay. Now this is also along this direction a vectors. And now this these two things are these two things are what? These two things are along the same, and here will be the angular displacement of this b cos theta with a is 0. That's why the angle between these two equal to 0. So you can see that the value of this dot product, that means your result is a dot b, a dot b will become a along with b cos theta. And it must be keep in your mind, this formula will come in such a way. Here also the another option also for getting this result. Suppose we draw this picture once again. Here I will draw the length of b is high and length of a is less. And this is my a vector and this is my b vector. And here the angle is theta as before, and I draw a perpendicular from the A on the B vectors, and here we will get the projection of A along the B directions. And what will be the expression? The expression of that, the mod of E cos theta, mod of A cos theta. Now same way you can write A dot B as before, that will be mod of A mod of B cos theta. So both case you get the same result, and this expression is what? Expression is that A dot B, that is A B cos theta. If we not mentioned every time mod A mod B, not required to that, the A B cos theta, that will be the formula. And second things, if we consider A dot B or if we consider B dot A, both case you will get A B cos theta or a B A cos theta, whatever may be, both are same. So A dot B or B dot A are same, because in the both case you will get the magnitude only. There is no need to mention the direction, so that's why this is quite enough, that a dot b equal to b dot a to remember. Okay, so here this is the formula for the a dot. Another formula I would like to share with you. So suppose in the Cartesian coordinate systems, you know this, in the Cartesian coordinate systems, a vector you can write in such a way: ax, that is the component or coefficient of a vector along the x directions, ay, the coefficient of the a vector along the y directions, and az, the coefficient of this vector along the z directions here there. Similarly, b vector you can write in the similar way: bx ix, by iy, and bz iz. In the same way, here a and b are vectors. Now we want to get a dot b, so that is the dot product. Here you just multiply each and every part as the normal product, as you do in your the previous classes. It may be 7 and 8 standard, that a plus b into c plus d, what will be the value? You just multiply a with c plus d, afterwards b with c plus d, and you will get a complete result. Here also I will do the same things. Wait for a while, you will get the same result, and afterwards you will get the same result as before. What will be the expression of that? Okay, and this formula is very vital for the examinations, but the before formula is not so much important for examinations. Because of that, angle between these two vectors is very important to know. If two vectors are there, initially you have to mention the angle between these two. If the no angles are mentioned, then it is quite impossible to solve this problem. Here the same things as the product of a plus b with c plus d. Here you multiply ax with ix bx ix by iy plus bz iz, must give a cap over the unit vectors. So this is the first part. Next, similarly, iy, the product between another bx ix, similarly by iy, and list bz iz. Okay, this is the laborious job, but initially I think clear, for the clear observations we must do these things step by step, without skip up the step. Okay, I think so that will be helpful to you. Okay, so by iz iy bz iz. Okay, and this is over. Now if we want to multiply here, what we have to do? And in the previous class I have already mentioned, between the unit vector products there will be a law: ix dot ix equal to 1, ix dot ix equal to 1, but ix dot others, it may be iy, it may be iz, that will be 0. So there will be no question to wait. Ix dot ix, there will be the value, so you will get only ax and bx. And you know ix dot ix, that will be the magnitude of ix equal to 1, ix equal to 1, that will be the angle between these two are 0, cos 0 equal to 1. There is no need to write it again. Is it clear? Okay. If we forget about this, follow the previous lecture. Okay, the description will be there in my uh, link will be in the description box. Follow this. Okay, next part, ax by, not that you just try about this ix with iy, that will be 0, ix iz, that will be 0. No questions to wait for that. Next, iy only applicable, only iy only, so rest of the part will be 0. Here we will get ay by, and you know iy dot iy, that will be the dot product between these two is once again 1. There is no need to write 1. Similar way, the here also you will get az iz in the similar, sorry, very sorry, az bz, and the rest of the part will be 0. So this is the another formula of a dot b vector. Both formulas very important. Both formula is very important, but this formula is very important for the numerical point of view. Suppose two vectors are there and you know the product. Suppose you the vector you know the dot product and you know the two vectors are there. And what will be the angle? You can calculate. You can calculate from this equation. From this equation, what will be the angular displacement? What will be the angular displacement? What will be the angular displacement between these? Just wait. What will be the angle? That means theta equal to what? Cos inverse A dot B modulus of modulus of B. So this is the important things to find out the angle. So this formula is important for find out the angle, but this formula is important if the two vectors are there. Only they want to know the product, that is specifically the dot product. So how will do? So this formula will be important for this situation. If the formula A and B vectors are their angle between these two vectors, you know, then you can apply this formula. Otherwise, this formula will be referable to you. And if you want to know the angle between these two, you will get this formula. You have to remember this formula, and this formula you will get the angle between these two using these formulas. I think this is to each and every question is clear to all of you. If any hesitations, you write in the comment sections, and which type of problems, each and every problem you write on here. Any problem I will discuss, and I say I will prepare a separate video for that. Thank you very much for today. If the video lecture is profitable or valuable to you, put a like and share to your friends, and those are new for this channel, subscribe it immediately for getting the new updates regarding the channel. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you.